Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
Back to the channel. Today we have this 2015 Golf TDI. Out of town clients, they called me yesterday and they're having issues. I guess they've had some previous work done. Like last week there was a timing belt installed, but that was just due to a recommendation from another mechanic that changed all the fluids, I guess. So I don't know what all is going on. They think something's involved with, you know, somebody messed something up, but they did bring it to the mechanic because there was something wrong. So I don't know, you know, in the first place. But let me just show you what's going on here, and let's try to track down this issue, get them back on the road. All right, so 2015 Golf TDI, and I'll tell you, service information sucks. This is on the EOBD. It's I don't know, I was getting all kinds of weird codes, and the data with the substituted values was pretty annoying. So I just got in here, but so they were kind of having like a limp condition. So when they pulled up, the glow plug light was flashing, check engine light was on steady, and you know, I thought, okay, you know, they can only go like 30 miles an hour or something, so it's in limp mode. But why? I didn't know at that point. I thought maybe it was a throttle position sensor issue. That was kind of news to them. They're like, oh, well, you know, I've never, but because I guess there was a knock sensor issue is like when this first started, and that is on the same circuit. I think that's why they brought it to him originally, actually. So the mechanic told him it was loose when they tightened it, and all's good. But it's a circuit issue, so it's not all good. You know, we have throttle position codes. These are all circuit codes, you know, circuit short or circuit reference voltage, open, you know, intermittent, erratic, particulate pressure filter sensor A, particulate filter pressure sensor A circuit, open, and then, you know, the throttle position. It's the same thing, but they're all circuit A, reference voltage, shorted type codes. So I believe we're dealing with a bad sensor here. It could be that knock sensor bringing the whole network down. And I went on, you know, onto my service information, and I was looking, you know, there's like no information for this car. It is really annoying. Like, this Volkswagen is like that. I don't know why, but they make everything really difficult to access and find. So anyways, my plan is to just go, you know, being as though I can't pull up a great diagram as of now, I got to go dig a little more. I'm going to go from sensor to sensor to sensor, starting with that throttle position sensor, and I'm going to unplug them. I'm going to see if the reference voltage comes back. I'm going to see if it's there. I'm going to see if we're missing, you know, whatever we're missing. We're missing something here. We got a fried sensor. Also, real quick, I'd just like to note, I happen to be using 3 of my favorite tools: flashlight, a meter, and a scan tool. You can fix so many things with just these. Not even a scan tool like this. You know, you could have a more basic scan tool. With your fundamentals, you know, you could walk all over this car. You just got to know what you're doing and looking at, and you feel comfortable, because, you know, you don't need a whole bunch of fancy equipment to figure this stuff out. You know, we might get the scope out if we need to, but that's my number 4 favorite tool. Well, I don't know, I like the scope a lot. I just got my Pico, and I'm not gonna lie, I like that thing. But so yeah, let's get started. So yeah, speaking of flashlight, this is that icon light from Harbor Freight, and it is badass. Got all these different settings. You know, you get the little guy down there and the little guy up front. It swivels. It's got a super strong magnet. It's rechargeable, heavy duty. I've dropped this thing. I've had it going on a few months now, and I gotta say I like it. So just side note there, if any of you are wondering. about my flashlight. So right now I'm just kind of doing a visual on just anything. First off, in the timing belt area, you know, they just had it replaced, so you know, doing something like this, just this should be your step one. Is you know, just really inspecting the wiring. There's obviously a wiring issue or a sensor issue, and it's just so important not to go down these rabbit holes without inspecting everything first, because you could spend a whole day, you know, looking at service information and trying to figure out what they all have in common, and you know, and then you come over and look at the car and you're like, oh man, look, that connector's, you know, all fucked up, or excuse my language. Well, I haven't found anything yet, but previous mechanic was a smoker. I got evidence right there. See that bad boy there? Maybe it burnt through the harness. I don't know. But yeah, nothing. Yeah, so nothing so far jumping out at me. But I also forgot to take the engine cover off when I was looking. On the most important part, there's a lot of crap under here, so I do see pretty good valve cover leak, it looks like. You know, that drains onto the wrong sensor and shorts it. It's definitely a possibility. Well, sometimes that visual pays off. Oh my, there was a fire. Something lit up. Holy moly. See, that was under this little cover. That last mechanic he went to probably didn't take that off. Oh my. Well, I guess they needed a timing belt. Okay, so just for a visual, this is that melted area. I mean, it's real bad. It's really bad. There's some type of hose that no longer goes to something that's supposed to be screwed there, probably melted away, and then this is your timing cover. So all these lines going over here need to be removed. My guess, maybe they didn't tighten one of these lines and it caused a fire. All right, so I was looking, and that damage, it goes down up in there. So there's more melted stuff. I'm gonna cut that away. I'm gonna cut this little sheath away, the protective heat shield or whatever. Apparently not heat resistant enough. But I believe what happened here, you know, this timing belt was done. They set up and down. They never had any issues before that. And typically when a client says that, they're just trying to get something for free. It's just how it is. But you know, these lines, I don't know what they are at this point, but they go over the timing cover, you know, so all this stuff has to be removed to do the timing belt job. So unfortunately, yeah, this was a hack job, and this I believe that this little hose here, from whatever, is completely melted away, is no longer attached to anything on the other end. I believe that's probably the issue here. That's what caused this. So I don't know, I'm gonna have to figure out what that is. It's not a fuel line because the car runs and drives. Probably like an evap line or something of that nature would be my guess. Guys, tighten your stuff when you're taking things apart. When you're doing a job like this, or anything over here or there, anywhere in a car. When you're working on somebody's car, things like this, safety concerns, tightening up evap lines or whatever that was, I don't know yet. I'll report back here in a little bit with that, but you know, tighten things up. This could have ended real bad, and I'm glad that they called me, and that I was available. It was a Saturday, it was yesterday, and yep, that's right, Sunday. And I'm here working. So anyways, I guess that's the moral of the story when it comes to this diagnostic video. I guess it's done. That's gonna be, if it's not the issue, it is a issue that absolutely needs to get fixed immediately, and I guarantee it'll fix the problems. That really didn't make that much sense, but you know what I mean. Just tighten stuff. This is expensive. This is going to be very, very expensive. I can tell you right now, these harnesses and whatever else it melted, other damage it caused, I don't know. I'm going to cut that free. I'm going to do that and then get back to you. You know, I'm going to start filming again just to kind of show you what's going on in there, and I guess that's that. But I guess the moral of the story is a visual inspection for the win, and you know, tighten your lines, you know, make sure nothing's gonna short out, you know, make sure nothing's gonna spill and light on fire. It's just pure and simple. This is a hack job. All right, so mystery solved. I should have been more articulate. So you can see like the throttle position, and then the particulate filter pressure A circuit, those codes. Well, I mean, this little bracket, I found the little melted thing I saw down there as a part of whatever sensor that was. So they got a sensor here. You can actually see the internal circuitry. But so this sits there like that. This harness goes up into there, and I bet that one of these is a NOx sensor. I think it's probably this one. I don't know a whole bunch about diesels. It's not my specialty, but I did cut this hose so I could get this up and look better. It's got to be replaced anyways. But as far as I can see, I mean, this is the extent of the damage. Why? I don't know. I got to do some investigating and see what that first mechanic they brought it to said, because I mean, I don't know. Really, it's not my, I'm not a detective, I'm not a cop. The client's all mad, you know, wanting me to get proof or this or that. I could document what I see, and what I see, that's it. You know, I can use my knowledge and my skills and document and then fix. That's my job. So, I mean, I don't know. It looks like this. Oh, it's like a clean cut. It's like it never got put back on or something. Unless like there's a pretty good valve cover leak here. I don't know if it got oily and just lit up from the heat from this turbo and the exhaust. It's hard to say, but okay. So I was doing a little research, and I actually did find this is kind of a common issue. So this, well, that's the DPF sensor there. It's melted. Found little bits and pieces, but that screw, it holds it onto there, but it's not there. We got, the wiring is there. That's why it's shorted. But so when they did this timing belt job, and I guess this is fairly common, you have to remove this stuff. So if you don't seat this DPF sensor, it's a DPF sensor. If you don't seat it back on these hoses correctly, it leaks hot exhaust. So, or the sensor gets cracked upon reinstallation or something of that nature, and it will cause this. So just be aware of that. If you have a 2015 Golf, or really anything with this 2.0 TDI engine, others may apply as well. Just be aware that if you're doing this timing belt job, be very careful not to crack any hoses or anything of that nature, because you'll cause expensive problems. Just tighten stuff. Remember that when these people drive away, they're driving away with their kids, their wives, their grandma, their mom. They're going to school, you know, taking their kids to school. They're going to the grocery store. These people were from out of town. They're trying to get back to their, they got a horse that they needed to feed, a few horses. And then I guess his brother fell and injured himself and like needed them like immediately. They rented a car and drove back over the pass to get home. But I just always take these things so seriously, because, you know, safety is serious. When it comes to a car, you know, not only are they expensive, like, you know, this is going to be an expensive repair by the time I get done totaling up all the sensors and harnesses and then clear the codes and see, you know, if there's something that caused this. You know, maybe there's some type of other electrical issue, or I don't know. Till I get this all back up and running, I'm not gonna continue diagnosing. But you know, it's expensive, and this car could have lit up and they could have died going down the highway. It's hard to say what happened at this point, but you know, I guess just my message for this video is just safety is serious, so take it seriously, because you know, fix each and every one of these cars like your wife's driving away in it, or you know, maybe you got it idling and your dogs are in there, your kids are in there, and you go into the store or whatever. I don't know. Do you want them to burn down to the ground? I wouldn't. So anyways, take care. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.